Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes. This is your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is September 5th, 2020, and this is episode 83. Hope you're doing well out there. Today we're going to look at a Kickstarter called Ravage. It's written by Chuck Dixon up here. You can see that. It's put out by Fanatic Comics, and this is the #1 redo, or Redux, however you want to say that. It looks like the artist is Benjamin Henderson, and Jimbo Salgado is the colorist. So Ravage, Kill All Men, that's the arc on here. And it features two characters that are quite the explorers. This comic's a lot of fun. I give it a recommend for sure. It's a man's comic, a manly man's comic, if you will. And not only is it exciting, it's funny. It's got a lot of funny parts in it, and it's got a lot of beautiful women in it, as you can see, at least towards the end of the comic. A lot of good action and a lot of good one-liners as well. So let's go take a quick look here. As you can see, nice cover, nicely framed. Kill All Men. What can I say? This is great. I really had fun reading this. Two army veterans crash in a mystical jungle populated by a lost tribe of toxic warrior women that hunt men, enslave them, and then kill them. They must escape, submit to survive, or die trying. Okay, so actually Chuck Dixon's the writer. Benjamin Henderson is the writer as well. And Jimbo Salgado is the artist. So I got that a little mixed up there. I apologize. And Chuck Dixon was also the editor on this, and Mike Barron as well. So we had quite a crew working on this. And it looks like Benjamin Henderson is also the editor-in-chief. So I'm not sure. I think he is also the owner of Fanatic Comics. So starts out, we got this nice action shot of this Jeep careening through the desert. And first, his name is Manny Mendez, and he's one of the guys that's on this adventure together. He's got some kind of idol in the back, plus two dead bodies as well as he's storming through the desert. And then we meet the other character, Randall Gunn, and he is actually a real character. Both these guys know each other from their military experiences, and he's staking out for a lion that has been terrorizing a local village and killing children. So he's staked out the only water hole in the area, and sure enough, the lion shows up, and he can barely take him down just in time. He's a little worse for the wear there, but he calls his friend Manny, or Manny calls him, I should say. He's got a satellite radio in the truck. He says, "I need you." So a few hours later, they meet up in, I can't remember where this is. He told me earlier. They mentioned earlier, and Manny mentions he's got this clue. He believes this is kind of like their tale. It's almost like a Raiders of the Lost Ark meets National Treasure, and they're both just on this quest, and they don't have any money, basically, and they just are doing their best just to see if they can find this civilization, this missing civilization that Manny Mendez's father had been looking for many years and never found. And Manny feels like he has the final clue now. So they take off, and immediately, I guess this is Randall Gunn's plane, this big seaplane. They have two passengers on board, and almost immediately the two passengers try to hijack or skyjack the plane. They make a maneuver which causes all the freight to fall on top of the skyjackers, killing them. But in the meantime, their plane starts showing some problems, and they're able to keep it in the air for 8 hours, just long enough to reach this island that is their goal. Is where they figure they're going to find this ancient civilization, if indeed it exists. So the plane crashes into the water. Apparently the crates, some of the crates they were carrying in a special mission were full of cocaine. Those are what the other two guys were trying to skyjack. So they make it out of the plane on the shore, and they find this huge panther statue, and that leads them to believe that they are on the right track. So they make their way through the jungle with just a couple machetes, it looks like, or at least maybe one machete. And suddenly they come upon the statue. It's a statue of a woman, and it looks more like Greek. I mean, originally they talk about influences of Mayan, Sumerian, Babylonian, and Polynesian for the ruins that they see here, but this looks more like Greek or Roman. So we turn the page again, and the guys get ambushed by some blow darts into their necks, and they're knocked out, and they see these beautiful women standing above them. They don't know if they're dreaming or if this is really happening. And this is where the dialogue gets really cheesy and funny, but it's a good read. It just keeps moving on. They don't know what's in store for them. They're brought before their queen. Apparently they're in some kind of fortress castle, and they're imprisoned by it because of the dangers that are outside the prison. Now they talk about taking the men's seed to replenish their own and then killing the men. So it hasn't happened yet, obviously, because those are the two main characters in it. But it moves along to where he says, okay, we want them bathed, and they think they're in heaven because they just see all these beautiful women around, some of them naked bathing, some are carrying food, some are practicing sparring with war things. They're usually mostly use spears, arrows, and swords here. So they're loving it, you know, but they're still tied up. They're still prisoners. And the queen has them separated off for who knows what yet, because that's going to be revealed in the second issue that's coming out the fourth quarter. And then we see this giant panther that has something to do with the story here. So it's leading up to be a great story. It's very adventurous. It's very action-packed. It's funny. The art in it is wonderful. I couldn't really find a flaw with this. Here's the second issue coming out. It's going to be on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, coming in the fourth quarter. Written by Chuck Dixon, art by Jimbo Salgado, and created by Ben Henderson. So Ben Henderson is the guy with the story of the mind of all this. So it looks like it's going to be good. And then here's a couple other Fanatic comics right here. Off-Worlder. I think I saw this somewhere. Maybe it was in previews. I'm not sure. Maybe I saw it on Indiegogo or Kickstarter. I can't remember, but volume 1 on this. I just want to say this is like a real high quality. Here's some sketches. High quality publication. Nice cardstock. The pages are really nice. The colors are just fantastic. I mean, really nice publication here. Can't say enough about this. Just blew me away. I just kind of did it on a whim because I'm kind of like on a Chuck Dixon kick right now, and I am glad I did, and I will stick around. This was actually the final issues that they had available from Kickstarter. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else right now, or if it'll be available through stores. I'm not sure how they're working this, but Fanatic Comics, if they have a website, they probably do. Probably look it up and see if you can order it if you're interested in it. But I really enjoyed it. Give it my highest recommendation. It is an action comic, just like old-timey comics, but with a little bit more of a modern spin to it. So I'm in on this one. So go out and get this, okay? Hey, thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe, please like, please comment. I'd like to hear from you guys. And we'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. This is Indie Comics Jones. I bid you adieu.